So I'm always interested in the really successful guys. I'm a pastor, and I'm always interested in what they will say. You mind if I ask you like a spiritual question?
Ask away.
You know, so do you have some a belief system about an afterlife or anything like that, or you just I not at all?
Okay, I grew up a Catholic.
Okay.
And then when my wife and I got married, we went down the Methodist trail. Not my wife, but me.
Yeah.
I follow the Buddhist philosophy.
Okay.
It's not really a religion, but it is a philosophy.
Okay.
And it's the one that works for me.
Okay.
And what I've found is no matter what religion I'm encountering,
Right.
the Buddhist philosophy gets along with everything. I don't step on anybody's toes,
Okay.
so to speak.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
So that's what works for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like how to live skillfully. Okay.
Yep.
And so,
For example, like when you say skill.
Well, okay. So I used to train. I was telling him I trained my guys. So I used to.
Right.
Every Tuesday morning I have them come in early, hour and a half early, and I have them for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Sure. Right.
And so I would train on plumbing stuff, how to handle customers, and all that.
Right.
But then I started throwing in life lessons. Okay. So one of them was. One morning I asked my guys, I said, who here's been cut off in traffic by another driver?
Okay.
And everybody raises their hand because everybody's been cut off at one time or another.
Everybody.
And I said, well, how many here has that happened to recently? And this one guy, and I go, okay, tell me about it.
Uh-huh.
He goes, he got right up on his bumper, and then I wished him good luck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I said, tell me you weren't in my van. My AAA plumbing van.
Yeah, right.
Oh no, I was in my own truck. Okay. So how could you take it so personally and not know who it was? Because I gotta make sure I'm not missing the flight.
Yeah, go ahead. You do your thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm okay. And I said, well, have you ever cut off anybody in traffic by accident? We all like the same things. We all want a good job. We want to eat. We want to have a roof over our head and clothes on our back. We all want to be loved and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And I said, so we're more alike than not.
Sure.
Or you can choose to let things like this mess with you and cause you to be anxious. My wife is terrible. She's a professional warrior.
Yeah.
She worries about things she cannot, not a warrior,
Professional
but a warrior.
Yeah.
And she worries about things she cannot control, and it upsets her to no end, and I try to help her. But unless somebody's open, you
can't help her, yeah.
You can't,
Yeah.
And so, but
so I'm interested in what you think about Jesus then, about himself. What's your thoughts about Jesus?
Well, I think that it's a great story.
Okay.
And I've been told, although I haven't seen, that when they found these scrolls, people learn languages by them. But this company used what's the name of those? So if you were wanting to learn a language, what would you get? Anyway, these scrolls, they filled in what we didn't know. Well, we know Latin, we knew a little bit of Sanskrit, and we.
Gentlemen, God bless you, man. Take care.
Hey, man.
Have a good trip. Have a good trip.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
I'll see you at the place. You got it. I hope so. But anyway, but now we know how to read Egyptian hieroglyphics because of these scrolls.
Because of the scrolls, yes.
And so now we're reading all this hieroglyphics, and it seems as though a lot of these stories that are in the Bible, I think 72 or 78 of them, go back before the birth of Christ. And so it's almost like the Bible was plagiarized and reconstituted, which means it doesn't mean it didn't happen the first time. Right?
Okay.
Right? Because you got to give them that. You got to look at things from both sides.
Yes, sir.
But however, I went to Catholic school, 1st through 3rd grade, and my experience in the religious community was not a good one.
Hey, I'm with you. I had a lot of those too. Had a lot of those.
I got great big knuckles. They say it's because they hit me with that meter stick on my knuckles when I was a kid. You know?
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So given all of that,
Yeah.
and just the question marks and the in between the New Testament and the Old Testament, there's a lot of conflicting things, and so it's not. Although it is written by humans and humans make errors.
Yep.
There is that.
Yep.
And it is the most popular book ever published.
Yeah, it is. Most best-selling book in the whole world.
You've got to give it that, you know. So I mean, there's a lot of compelling elements both ways. So the way I see it for me,
yes, sir,
is I'm going to be okay.
You gonna be okay?
I'm going to be okay. God and Jesus is going to say, you know, you walked a good life.
It'd be good.
And you were good to people, and you spread a positive message wherever you went.
Well, you're a really nice guy, man.
And I had fun with these Jehovah's Witnesses that came in to see my daughter one day.
Okay.
And you know, because they like to talk about their point of view.
Sure.
And so I was fresh off a bunch of studies from the Buddhist philosophy, so I invited them in the house, and they had to listen to me too. And so it was a two-way thing. Finally, they exited stage left and said, "Well, we're not getting anywhere with this guy." And,
I got you. Yeah.
And so, you know,
I'll show you
with people.
I'll show you something that would tell me what. I don't want to hold you up, but I carry these cars around, and I think you'll like them. But see, you see any difference in these cards?
Okay. They're the same size.
You sharp.
But colors make it shrink.
Yep. Then I'm gonna switch it like that.
Oh wow, isn't that cool? So it's all a matter of perspective, right?
It is. So I show people that, and I'll let you have them, and you can put them on top of each other.
I love it.
But the reason why I show people that is that you just don't want to be wrong about the day of judgment or life after death. You know what I'm saying? Because eternity is too long to be wrong.
It is a long time to be wrong.
So I want to get your thought. I'll tell you specifically what his like Jesus' specific message was on how to escape hell, how to get into heaven. And I really want to get your thoughts on it because I like sharing it with people, but I love other people's perspectives. So his central message is, so it's the religion in the world is broken down into two ways to get to heaven. The one is you be good enough, try to be a good person. But Jesus says something completely different than being good. Did you know that? And so he says that, go good. I want to hold you up. So
no, I'm just looking at the time of departure.
Yeah.
10:22.
Okay, we're back.
We're good, I think.
What time is it? Because I got to get
10:42.
Okay. It's 10:42?
Yeah. I mean 9:42.
Oh, whoo, you messed me
We're
up.
both late. Thank you, though.
So,
okay,
absolutely. So he says that nobody can get to heaven by being good. I'll give you an example.
Right.
Like, I'm not judging
I have
you.
heard that.
All right.
Okay.
How many lies have you told in your life combined?
A lot.
All right. Me too.
Yep.
Stolen anything in your whole life? Even though you're...
Oh, when I was very young, actually by accident.
All right. Me too, man. I even broke into a church one time.
Okay.
So this was before I understood what I'm sharing with you.
Yeah.
You ever looked at someone with lust?
Yeah.
Me too, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at this, yes.
Yeah.
So if you look at the standard is too great to keep.
It is.
So if you had to get into heaven by being good, like none of us will really make it because we sin like we drink water. Like it's just so easy to do it.
We missed the mark.
We missed the mark. Exactly. That's exactly what the word sin is. And what letter is in the middle of the word sin? It's I, right? So anytime I do what I want to do, then we miss the mark. So the Bible says that God is a good judge. He has to punish sin. He can't let sin go. And he says the wages of sin is death. Like he's gonna pay you with the death penalty called hell because he's just doing what God. That's what he does. Like if you got kids, if somebody was at home, one of your kids, you coming for them, right?
That's right.
Well, our sin is what put his son on the cross, so he's coming for us. But he loves us, so that's why he sent Jesus 2,000 years ago. We broke the law. He sends Jesus to pay the fine. If you was charging $1 billion worth of speeding tickets, you couldn't pay them off, probably, right? Maybe you could, but
no, I I wouldn't want to.
But if Bill Gates came in and paid your fine, the judge can let you go.
Right.
Well, God sends Jesus to pay our fine because he knew we couldn't be good enough to pay it. So now God can let us go because of the death and resurrection of Jesus. And it's not about you because you're good. It's because he's just really good and rich in mercy. And if you'll transfer your trust from trusting in any other way to get to heaven other than Jesus, and the Bible says God will let you go, and you'll spend eternity in heaven as a free gift because he loves us.
Right.
So that's what you think.
I see your point, and so you.
So okay.
The thing is
Yeah.
you have to have the belief.
Okay. You got to have the belief. Okay.
Because otherwise you don't qualify.
Right. Well, that's a great point. That's a great point, man. It's such a pleasure talking to you.
So hey, it's been a pleasure.
I hope you'll have a good trip, and God bless you, brother. Thank you for your time. I love
You bet. Let's talk with you as well.
God bless you, brother. Yep. I need to get me
All
something.
Yeah.
Have a good
You don't want
trip.
this or fly.
Yes. Good job, brother.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, I appreciate you. God bless you.
I'll see you again. I'll see you there.